So last time I looked at an old 144 wing kit that is still pretty good for being so old, but desperately needs a new one. And I figured let's look at one from G Gundam. So let's look at the 144 Devil Gundam, which is of course the main antagonist of the series. And this one came out before the Serpent, because G Gundam was the first non-Universal Century series. And this is the head mode, more or less. Like, this is the way it looks like when it's kind of like for most of the series. For the first part, like in the flashbacks, it had like a weird bug leg, which is actually the SD version. And then this one is what you saw most in the series. And it looks good. You've got a total of 4 stickers. The eyes, sorry, 6 stickers, because the big eyes here for the bigger Gundam head has 2 stickers. You got the one for the eyes and the normal head, these 2 yellow ones, and then the chest. And that's not much. So already the last 2 I've looked at that are old don't have many stickers. This one does more than the Serpent, but it is like a bigger kit, and it is more detailed. And it's squeaky too. But yeah, they tried to make a Gundam head in the torso with the limited technology that they had in 1994. I think it was 1994. So basically just fold the legs back, fold this top of the head up, and then you put on this extra mouth plate to make it look like an actual mouth plate. It's cool. But of course the reason you can take that mouth plate off is because all you have to do is just do that, and you mostly got the transformation done. Now it does have a smaller torso piece, so it's not as high up. This is for like the head mode. It's somewhere. This one I got, well, like probably almost 20 years ago. It's an old kit now for me, but I do have another version of it, and it's actually it was released last year in 2022, and it's the clear color variant. So this is it is exactly the same. Like, there is no difference in terms of the construction, the stickers, the posability. You just got a solid one and now a clear. It took them, God, it's gonna be 30 years next year. It took them 30 years to do a clear variant, I'm assuming. I don't know if they did the clear one before now, but yeah, it's crazy. And I don't know, I really like the color. I'm not a huge fan of this milky white. I never have been with a normal high grade for white and clear. But I like the all the other colors because they're very kind of jewel looking. Even the black. I want to look at that red chin there. Shouldn't be that red. Might need to see a doctor. But even for 1994, I mean, for what it is, its posability it's there. It's not gonna blow your socks off. It's not gonna like change your world, but it's got some stuff. Nothing in the waist, just because what it has to do really. But I mean, he can do some stomp kicking. I am a little worried about the stemmy parts of the limbs, like the ankles and the long ones for the crotch, of course, because it needs to have the faceplate, which you still get. You can still put the faceplate on there, and even ball jointed feet. So and they're big, so it can easily support his very peculiar distributional weight. And I'm also kind of worried about this giant ass V-fin that's just sticking out back here, because once again it's clear. Clear is more brittle than normal plastic, at least as the years go on, and well, there's always a chance something's going to break here, but it's brand new, so I have good hopes. But yeah, you basically have the longer stem piece, and on here I have the shorter one. So if I bring the old one back, and you can see the height difference. It doesn't have, unfortunately, any interchangeable pieces to make the shoulders like have claws that pop out like it did at the I think it was the last episode of G Gundam. That was pretty neat. And no other things, because it didn't do really anything in the show except for look menacing. It was just standing there menacingly, and it blew up a couple times, and then at the end it got angry, and it would at least have the open mouth. Like I said, desperately want a new 144 high grade of this thing, because imagine what they could do. It could have knees. That'd be great. It would actually probably have an interchangeable face plate, so it would have an open mouth, because once again, the very last episode, they could totally do that. It could have either interchangeable or parts that would actually open up here to have the claw hands that were on the shoulders. They'd probably just be interchangeable pieces because that would be very detailed to do. It is a bigger kit. Leo, I think, is going to be a good stand-in for like height normally, but like Leo is an average size. It is an average size kit pretty much. But you can see it's up to his second head or his first head. So yeah, this is more of a master grade size, or a smaller master grade. Like, once again, we'll stick with G Gundam. This is probably, if I put them side by side, it's probably the same height as the old master grade Shining Gundam, because the kits from the 90s are kind of like a little bit shorter than the normal kits. Oh, and these antennas, you can move them a little bit to get them out of the way, but I'm terrified of the clear plastic, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I guess I can just transfer this one into head mode, just so you can see what it looks like in clear. And taking the torso apart, it's not too hard because it's just pegged into polycaps. You can see the two holes right there. So you're not going to get confused which goes where, because the pegs are oriented differently. And just slam that, and we'll get that face plate. And there, you got head mode, clear head mode. So I like it. I still like the God Gundam. The Devil Gundam. I like that God Gundam too, but I like the old Devil Gundam, or sorry, Dark Gundam if you had it over here in North America. Yeah, I'd love to see a new one, but it was cool to have a different version of the old one after all these years.